Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we have another outstanding lineup of sport and tool watches. 5 references that share a common philosophy. Build it properly, build it honestly, and let the watch speak for itself. In a market crowded with watches that trade on history they haven't earned and complications they haven't mastered, today's 5 stand apart by delivering genuine capability, genuine heritage, and genuine value in equal measure. From Japanese dive watch archaeology to Swiss chronograph craftsmanship to the most complete mid-range dive watch available today, this is a list built around one principle. The best watch is always the one that earns your trust every single time you look at it. Let's get started. Number 5. Seiko Prospex. 1970. Diver Recreation. The Seiko Prospex. 1970. Diver recreation is an act of horological archaeology, a watch that reaches back more than 50 years into Seiko's own archives and resurfaces one of the most visually distinctive dive watch designs ever produced, faithfully reconstructed for the modern wrist without losing a single detail that made the original matter. The reference being honored is Seiko's 6159-7001 of 1970, the world's first automatic dive watch rated to 600 meters of water resistance, a staggering achievement at the time and a landmark in the history of professional diving instrumentation. The design that housed that achievement was unlike anything else on the market. A cushion-shaped case of bold, organic geometry, a crown positioned at 4 o'clock to prevent it digging into the wrist under pressure, and a dial layout of stripped-down functional clarity that communicated with the wearer without asking anything in return. The modern recreation honors every significant element of that original. The cushion case, the offset crown, the broad handset, and the deep sunburst dial are all present and fully realized. Inside beats the caliber 6R35 automatic movement with its outstanding 70-hour power reserve, the same movement that powers the Alpinist and the Fieldmaster, a caliber whose reliability and longevity have made it one of the most trusted automatics in production watchmaking today. Water resistance is rated to 200 meters with a screw-down crown, and the overall construction speaks to a watch built for actual use rather than display case residence. The Seiko Prospex 1970 Diver Recreation is the rare revival that makes the original proud. It retails for approximately $600, $800 USD depending on dial and strap configuration. Number 4. Hamilton Jazzmaster Autochrono. The Hamilton Jazzmaster Autochrono is the chronograph that Swiss watchmaking produces when it decides to stop apologizing for its price and start delivering on its promises. A column wheel automatic chronograph of genuine sophistication, real visual elegance, and a heritage that connects directly to one of the most storied names in American timekeeping history. Hamilton's story begins not in Switzerland, but in Lancaster, Pennsylvania in 1892. Where the company supplied railroad-grade pocket watches precise enough to prevent the timing errors that caused catastrophic train collisions. That tradition of precision for real-world consequence runs through everything Hamilton makes, and the Jazzmaster Autochrono carries it into the realm of dress chronographs with complete conviction. The 42mm stainless steel case wears with a slim, polished elegance that belies the mechanical complexity within, and the silver or deep blue dial, with its 3-register chronograph layout, achieves a compositional sophistication that dress watch collectors spend considerably more to find elsewhere. The column wheel mechanism, distinguishable by its smooth, precise engagement of the chronograph function at the moment the pusher is pressed, is the mark of a well-engineered chronograph rather than a cost-reduced one, and its presence here at this price point is a statement of intent from Hamilton's engineering team. The ETA 7753-based movement inside is one of the most proven and reliable automatic chronograph calibers in Swiss watchmaking, a fact that reflects not a lack of ambition, but a commitment to long-term dependability. The Hamilton Jazzmaster Autochrono retails for approximately $1,200, $1,500 USD, and it delivers a chronograph experience that watches at twice its price routinely fail to match. Number 3. Longines Hydro Conquest GMT. The Longines Hydro Conquest GMT is the dive watch that grew up, a reference that takes the fully professional underwater credentials of the Hydro Conquest platform and adds a world traveler's most practical complication without adding a traveler's most unwelcome surprise at the cash register. The GMT function is among the most genuinely useful complications a watch can carry for anyone whose life involves crossing time zones. A fourth hand completes one rotation per 24 hours, tracking a second time zone simultaneously against the 24-hour scale on the bezel, allowing the wearer to monitor home time and local time at a glance without any mental arithmetic. Longines engineers this complication into the Hydro Conquest with the same thoughtfulness they bring to the broader collection. The additional hand is clearly differentiated. The bezel scale is crisp and legible, and the overall dial composition manages the added information without appearing crowded or compromised. The 41mm stainless steel case is rated to 300 meters of water resistance with a ceramic unidirectional bezel and screw-down crown, confirming this as a fully capable professional dive watch in addition to a Globetrotter's companion. The Longines L888 in-house movement inside, featuring a 72-hour power reserve and a silicon escapement for outstanding magnetic resistance, is one of the most technically accomplished calibers available at this price, and it elevates the Hydro Conquest GMT well above what its competitors can offer with outsourced movements. Sapphire crystal and a solid caseback complete a specification that leaves nothing meaningful unaddressed. The Longines Hydro Conquest GMT retails for approximately $1,600 at $2,000 USD. A price that makes it one of the finest Swiss GMT watches available anywhere near this figure. Number 2. Tissot Seastar 2000 Professional. The Tissot Seastar 2000 Professional is the serious diver's Swiss tool watch, a reference that drops the lifestyle associations and the aesthetic softening that characterizes many dive watches aimed at the consumer market and delivers instead a watch calibrated entirely around professional underwater use. The name states the specification plainly: 2,000 meters of water resistance. That is not a number arrived at through conservative extrapolation from a 300-meter consumer standard. It is a depth rating achieved through genuine engineering, a case construction, crown system, and crystal specification designed to withstand pressures that exist 2 kilometers beneath the ocean surface, where the environment is as hostile as anything a diver will ever encounter. The unidirectional bezel with its ceramic insert operates with the precision and resistance to wear that professionals in demanding conditions require, and the dial's generous lume application ensures that at the depths this watch is built for, time remains readable when ambient light is long gone. The 46mm case wears large and authoritative on the wrist. This is not a watch that pretends to be something other than what it is, and the overall design speaks the functional language of professional diving instrumentation without translation. Inside beats the Powermatic 80 movement, with its 80-hour power reserve delivering the same extraordinary standby capability found across Tissot's serious sport lineup, far beyond what conventional automatic movements at this price can offer. The Tissot Seastar 2000 Professional retails for approximately $875 $1,050 USD. And for a watch built to 2,000 meters in Switzerland, that is a price that commands respect. Number 1. Tudor Black Bay 41. The Tudor Black Bay 41 takes the top spot on today's list. And in a field of exceptional watches, the reasoning is straightforward. This is simply one of the finest all-round sport watches ever made at any price, full stop. The Black Bay family has become one of the defining collections of contemporary watchmaking, and the 41 nanometer reference sits at its beating heart, large enough to carry the collection's bold, characterful design with full authority. Proportioned precisely enough to remain genuinely wearable across the full range of wrists and occasions that a daily wear sport watch must serve. The heritage the Black Bay draws on is Tudor's own diving history going back to the 1950s and 1960s, when Tudor supplied robust, reliable tool watches to naval diving units who needed instruments that would perform without fail in conditions where failure was not an option. That seriousness of purpose runs through every detail of the 41. The domed crystal with its vintage character, the snowflake handset that has become a Tudor signature recognized the world over, the gilt accents on the black or burgundy or navy dial that give it a warmth and a personality that pure technical dive watches rarely achieve. 200 meters of water resistance and a screw-down crown confirm its professional dive credentials without compromise. But it is what Tudor has placed inside the Black Bay 41 that elevates it from an outstanding watch to a genuinely exceptional one.